Paris is the capital and most populous city of France, with an estimated population of 2,165,423 residents in 2019 in an area of more than 105 km2, making it the 30th most densely populated city in the world in 2020. Since the 17th century, Paris has been one of the world's major centers of finance, diplomacy, commerce, fashion, gastronomy, and science. For its leading role in the arts and sciences, as well as its very early system of street lighting, in the 19th century it became known as the City of Light. Like London, prior to the Second World War, it was also sometimes called the capital of the world. The city of Paris is the center of the Île-de-France region, or Paris region, with an estimated population of 12,262,544 in 2019, or about 19% of the population of France, making the region France's primate city. The Paris region had a GDP of €739 billion in 2019, which is the highest in Europe. According to the Economist Intelligence Unit Worldwide Cost of Living Survey, in 2022, Paris was the city with the 9th highest cost of living in the world. Paris is a major railway, highway, and air transport hub served by two international airports, Paris, Charles de Gaulle and Paris, Orly. Opened in 1900, the city's subway system, the Paris Metro, serves 5.23 million passengers daily. It is the second busiest metro system in Europe after the Moscow Metro. Gare du Nord is the 24th busiest railway station in the world and the busiest located outside Japan, with 262 million passengers in 2015. Paris is especially known for its museums and architectural landmarks. The Louvre received 2.8 million visitors in 2021, despite the long museum closings caused by the COVID-19 virus. The Musée d'Orsay, Musée Marmottan Monet and Musée de l'Orangerie are noted for their collections of French Impressionist art. The Pompidou Centre Musée National d'Art Moderne has the largest collection of modern and contemporary art in Europe, and Musée Rodin and Musée Picasso. The historical district along the Seine in the city centre has been classified as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1991. Popular landmarks there include the Cathedral of Notre Dame de Paris on the Isle de la Cité, now closed for renovation after the 15th of April 2019 fire. Other popular tourist sites include the Gothic Royal Chapel of Sainte-Chapelle, also on the Isle de la Cité, the Eiffel Tower, constructed for the Paris Universal Exposition of 1889, the Grand Palais and Petit Palais, built for the Paris Universal Exposition of 1900, the Arc de Triomphe on the Champs-Élysées, and the Hill of Montmartre with its artistic history and its Basilica of Sacré-Cœur. Since the late 18th century, Paris has been famous for its restaurants and haute cuisine, food meticulously prepared and artfully presented. A luxury restaurant, La Taverne Anglaise, opened in 1786 in the arcades of the Palais Royal by Antoine Beauvilliers. It featured an elegant dining room, an extensive menu, linen tablecloths, a large wine list and well-trained waiters. It became a model for future Paris restaurants. The restaurant Le Grand Veffer in the Palais Royal dates from the same period. The famous Paris restaurants of the 19th century, including the Café de Paris, the Rocher de Cancale, the Café Anglais, Maison Dorée and the Café Rich, were mostly located near the theaters on the Boulevard des Italiens. They were immortalized in the novels of Balzac and Émile Zola. Several of the best-known restaurants in Paris today appeared during the Belle Époque, including Maxim's on Rue Royale, L'Étoile in the Gardens of the Champs-Élysées, and the Tour d'Argent on the Quai de l'Éternel. Paris hosts several United Nations organizations including UNESCO, and other international organizations such as the OECD Development Center, the International Bureau of Weights and Measures, the International Energy Agency, the International Federation for Human Rights, along with European bodies such as the European Space Agency, the European Banking Authority or the European Securities and Markets Authority. The football club Paris Saint-Germain and the rugby union club Stade Français are based in Paris. The 80,000-seat Stade de France, built for the 1998 FIFA World Cup, is located just north of Paris in the neighboring commune of Saint-Denis. Paris hosts the annual French Open Grand Slam tennis tournament on the red clay of Roland Garros. The city hosted the Olympic Games in 1900, 1924 and will host the 2024 Summer Olympics. The 1938 and 1998 FIFA World Cups, the 2007 Rugby World Cup, as well as the 1960, 1984 and 2016 UEFA European Championships were also held in the city. Every July, the Tour de France bicycle race finishes on the Avenue des Champs-Élysées in Paris. Aside from the 20th century edition of the Bois de Boulogne, the Bois de Vincennes and the Paris Heliport, Paris's administrative limits have remained unchanged since 1860. A greater administrative Seine department had been governing Paris, and its suburbs since its creation in 1790, but the rising suburban population had made it difficult to maintain as a unique entity. To address this problem, the parent district de la Région Parisienne was reorganized into several new departments from 1968. Paris became a department in itself, and the administration of its suburbs was divided between the three new departments surrounding it. The district of the Paris region was renamed Île-de-France in 1977, but this abbreviated Paris region name is still commonly used today to describe the Île-de-France and is a vague reference to the entire Paris agglomeration. Long-intended measures to unite Paris with its suburbs began on the 1st of January 2016, when the Métropole du Grand Paris came into existence.